All right, so we're making bubble today here in the snowy winter wonderland of the Kootenays. We're going to, ooh, that smells really good. We're just gonna whip off a quick batch. Ron's setting everything up with the 20-gallon into the bucket to drain into the tub. It should be good. We're running watermelon today, so we're gonna go get some snow and we'll be right back. All right, so we gotta get some snow. A nice clean area. Snow is generally not the cleanest stuff, even though it might come across as maybe that it is. It's not. You want to get the cleanest? Oh, I'm just coming and checking it out. Here's Ron's greenhouse that he built last year. Beautiful. You got some big plants going in there, eh?
Yeah, so right to the roof.
Right to the roof.
18 foot.
That's the way to do it. So.
There's all the little roof balls.
Oh yeah. So where are we thinking?
Go up here, look.
Yeah. Head up into the back.
Back 40.
The back 40. Into the snow we go.
And into the swimming pool, I think. There's nothing.
Whose swimming pool?
You know, snow in there's gotta be clean.
Looks darn clean.
Yeah.
In the middle.
Yeah. I'll take the top layer off.
You just take the top layer off, exactly.
Throw that away and pick up the bottom.
This is Ron's private snow collection. I didn't know you had a pool.
Oh, I just put it up with the kids last year.
Oh, good fun.
Okay. And I'm go like this here. Like that.
Oh, that's great snow. I'd say you can't go wrong with that top layer.
Yeah, take it.
Buddy. What's up, buddy? What's wrong? I can barely see you in there.
There's a piece of like a tree, a limb, you know, like from the trees or something fall down. The first bag catches all that, right?
Yes. But we do want to make sure that this is clean, so
yeah.
We don't want any dirt.
No dirt at all.
Nope.
There might be some pine needles.
That's okay. Pine needles aren't as big of a problem because we can separate them out, but tiny little flecks of stone, tiny little bits of dust and sand and stuff, it could potentially sink. Okay. So, all right. So what we're doing right now is we're collecting snow to chill our water. It's probably unnecessary because it's so cold out right now, but it's a cool thing to show you guys that you can use snow to chill your water. You can also actually make little tiny snowballs, and if you soak these little guys in water for the short amount of time, they turn into ice balls. So you can get many of these little ice balls in, and you can actually run a batch without ice cubes. We're not going to do that today because we have cubes, but it's something you can do. Alright, so we're going to take this snow back and make some bubble, Ron?
You bet.
Alright.
Be careful.
Oh, Ron,
yeah.
What are all these here?
Oh, that's all the stalks left over from my...
Oh, that's just the last crop, he says, eh? That's great.
Did you see how I made this dark room in the end?
I saw. The dark room's great.
Yeah.
Great access. That kind of looks cool with the snow all over the pots. Grower Supremus. Beautiful little zone for making bubble today. And we'll rock and roll. So I'm going to come over here and just join you real quick.
So Mark, of course, you're the Bubbleman, so I've been asking these things, even though I've made Bubblehash many times, I still think that there's always something to learn. Whenever you come here,
absolutely.
I always catch on to something that makes my life easier.
Absolutely. So for this, cooling of the water, we've got a couple of options. What I would normally do, I would put that snow into the water.
Yeah.
And then I would filter that water as we poured it into
Oh,
the machine.
nice. Good idea.
Yeah, so if you want to
So let's take these bags, put them here for a second. Put this in here with the water and I'll pour from here.
Sure. And this is store-bought ice. I would not normally use this, but because we have so much snow and because the water is going to be so cold and because it's what we had access to, we're going to make it work today.
So I'm in the way here, I hope I don't walk. So we're going to put the snow into there.
Sure.
We've left the water outside for an hour just to get cold in the temperature of the cold is outside.
Yeah.
So there's the water and the snow going together. It's nice, because like you say, Mark, the colder the water, the better, right?
Exactly.
And we're going to use your hands. You're really hard to run.
Oh, I love to get my hands dirty.
We can even just double tap.
No, I think that's good right now. Like, look at. So, what ice does, you can really see it bubbling. You see the bubbles coming out?
Yeah.
What ice does in water is it's a thermal reaction that it actually pulls warmth out of the water, and that's how the ice melts. Ice doesn't add cold to the water. It pulls warmth out of the water and makes it cold.
Well, it makes sense when you think about it.
It's trippy though, right?
Yeah.
So we'll let this sit just for a few minutes.
Trippy, let's have a trippy stick.
Exactly, we'll do a trippy stick. We can see now that the snow is...
Hey, isn't it always time for a trippy stick?
It's always time for a trippy stick. I'll go grab one right away. I just want to pull out a little bit of these. You can see that snow was actually very, very clean compared to most.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of pine needles, just like you said there would be.
Yeah.
And because of that, we're going to filter this water probably through a 25 micron bag.
What a good idea.
Yeah, and let me tell you, this is cold. Holy Jesus, that's
Well, God
cold.
was nice to us, though. He gave us a cold day, but not a ridiculously cold day.
We're happy.
Hoarfrost everywhere.
It's really nice.
It's very nice.
Okay, so I think we're going to be okay. We're not going to need much more of that.
Okay.
What we are going to do is we're going to use the 5-gallon clean bucket.
Okay.
And we're going to filter right into the Bubblenow.
Okay.
So I'm going to go get the bags real quick.
Yes. I'm going to warm my hands. We'll be back in a second, everybody.
It's awesome. It is always trippy time. Alright, so. Just in snow.
Yeah.
So this is our bucket.
Yeah.
We're going to be using. Fits the bags like a glove.
Do you want sometimes some people, they put too much water in, I noticed, with the big bubble.
Yeah.
They don't have down much. They put the straps for motorcycles, you know, tie your motorcycles down on here.
Yeah.
Stop the slide. It's a hassle, though.
Yeah, I don't find that my bags slide too much when I put them all inside one another. There's really nowhere for them to go.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you've done this process of, you know, fitting them in nice.
Now, are you going to screen first?
And then, pardon me?
Are you going to screen that water first?
Yeah, you're right. I want to, we'll use the 45. It'll be small enough. The 25 will be maybe a little too slow.
Yeah.
So, let's do that. You want to come with some buckets and pour it through? Or?
With the ice in it? With the snow in it? No.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Sure, as we're pouring through. I don't know where you're going, bud.
I thought this one was straight
No,
here.
you got to pay attention.
Okay.
We're going into the bucket. That bucket is not going to help us. That bucket's going to help us when we filter everything out.
Yeah, okay.
We are moving quick. I actually noticed when you poured it, I was like, wow, you poured that really fast. I'm surprised it didn't pull the bag out. All right, so.
Is all that going in?
Yeah, you know, we're just getting it filtered. That'll probably be good for now. Okay. Let me just get this out. Which is basically going to be a ball of ice.
Yeah. Now we pour water through that again. It'll make it a colder one.
Yep.
So leave the bag down there. I'll pour more through it.
All right, here we go.
You ready to rock?
Ready to rock. Perfect.
I like to see next clean tub. Clean tub not here. We're putting your stuff into. This will go down to something dirty. So that's how finish I take the ice
That
out?
is some cold chilled water, Ron.
Yeah. That's the way to go, right?
Yeah. Put this back in here.
Yeah.
See, it's got a little bit, really not too much negativity in this bag. A little bit of pine needles, but they came out.
It'll just add to the fruity taste of the watermelon.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hey, is that thing still going? Okay.
Okay, so we didn't leave ourselves a ton of time today, so we're gonna make sure.
In a couple hours.
I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, I gotta fly out. So
A spot of tea.
okay. Usually I would have these all organized and in when I'm filming, but sometimes it's nice to watch them get placed into the bag, the bucket. These are all still inside out from the last time I was here using them. So we've done our bags, 25, 45, 73. Next is the 90. They're all color coordinated, so if you don't like the numbers, you can deal with just the colors. Alright, so go to our 120. Okay. 120, then we're going to do 160 and 190.
You know the crazy thing, Mark, I want to say is this. I've been an oil maker for years.
Yes.
And what a nicer process. This process is just so much nicer.
Well, it's, we're not knocking squirrels out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
If you want to tell that story.
Well, he's telling a story of squirrels. Whoops. I use chloroform.
Yes.
Hard to get. We used it because I wanted the very best solvent once. I was a real oil maker. And then I made a stainless steel tub that the chloroform out and product sat in together. I put it into the stainless steel tub. Had a little electric heater underneath the tub on blocks. The stainless tub had a 2-inch hose going in this end with blowing air into it. 2-inch going out this end, blowing out to get the chloroform gone instead of reclaiming it.
Yeah, evaporating it out.
Evaporate out. I put it out in my back driveway. Had the hose, the exhaust hose sticking way out. And then we came a couple hours later. And here's this little squirrel, little chipmunk.
He was out.
He was down and out and gone. We thought we killed him. We felt terrible. An awful thing for our process. So I went and got the old shovel, put him on the shovel, got him on the shovel, was going to take him and bury him. We sat him beside us for a while. We had a hoot. And all of a sudden,
he starts moving.
He starts moving. He shakes his head. And he gets up, he looks at us, he goes, "I'm out of here."
Yeah, he was freaked out.
He's gone.
He was like, "Where am I?"
Yeah. So I think we chloroformed him, unfortunately.
We did. Yeah. All right, so if you want to grab that bag of watermelon trim, I'm very excited today. We're running watermelon. That is a Astro Boy Pheno from the TGA Genetics crew, Subcool and gang, Jill. Awesome breeders. Say what you want about Subcool and TGA, but the bottom line is they are full melt genetics certified. Every strain I've ever run from them has been full melt. What's up, buddy? You coming to see me? You coming to be on camera? You coming to make some bubble? This is my buddy Ron's dog, Buddy. You guys have probably met him already. He's a purebred Bouvier. Totally cool dog. So yeah, we'll fill this up with ice. Throw a little ice in there. It's good to get the ice broken up. It's not going to serve you well to have the ice all, in one lump. Now, like I said, I'm not usually a fan of using this ice, but I tell people, look, when you can get RO perfect ice, no problem. When you can't, deal with it. Deal with what you can get. Don't cry about that you don't have the heady ice. If you can't make it, it's not gonna be the end of the world. All right, buddy. We got 3 big bags of ice in there. We're gonna get the herb in there soon. This is gonna be good. Yeah. Nice and easy. Have everything set up for you. The Bubblenow is gonna do the mixing. It's gonna filter into the bags. And all Ron and I are really gonna have to do is pull the bags, scoop out the hash, place it on the cardboard, and clean the bag. So I bet you we get this done in about a half an hour.
Which would be cool.
I just want the 1 bag of watermelon.
So, okay, that's the cake. And here's the little one of watermelon.
Okay. This is the one I believe I saw.
I got a W inside that one.
Yeah. And that's the same stuff?
Yeah, that's different. That's the different. This is out of the Spin Pro, and that's the stuff that's off of the trimmer's trays.
That's fine. We can do them both together.
You know, that's the hand trimming?
Yeah, that's a small enough amount. We can throw that in there as well.
Yes, yes.
And then, here actually, we'll throw this nice and fresh and nice and frozen. And the smell, I can't even describe to you how good it is. It's like you can't believe a bunch of greenery could smell that good.
Yes, yes.
You know?
Nothing to hope that.
What's that?
So you put 2 bags of ice in first?
I put 3 bags of ice in.
Okay, 3? That's good, right? So.
All right, so throw this guy in there now. A large bag of the watermelon going in. Now, often I would also. Sorry, that's okay. I'll wait for you to stop so they can hear me.
Yes.
Often I would do a mix when I put this in. I would, you know, put a little ice, put a little leaf, put a little ice, put a little leaf. I don't have time today. This is a quick, rushed batch. I'm leaving for the airport in probably an hour. And so we're going to show you what can be done on the quick.
We had too much fun. We didn't get time to do work.
We did. So we can move this around a little bit and get that fresh frozen trim. I wouldn't suggest doing this with dry material because, well, the crystals will just fall right out the bag. All right. Let's get this big boy in here, Ron.
Okay. Move these out of the bag.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Okay, so perfect amount of water we've got in there. Really just a matter of turning our washing machine on. Let's give it about, oh, I don't know, a couple of minutes on. All right, the water's already changed color. Doesn't take long to get that color changing, you know? Nice soft mix on this batch. I'm only gonna mix for about 3 minutes and then we'll come back and we'll filter it through the bubble bags and we'll make a little bubble. What do you say, buddy? Wanna make some bubble? Who's a puppy? Hey, buddy. Is your tail wagging? You're a happy dog. Are you a happy dog? You're a good boy. Good boy. So it's a bit snowy. It's always nice when you get a little snow. Yeah, a little bit of snow, beautiful day, whipping up some bubble. You gotta love it. Water and ice doing all the work for us, extracting the glandular trichome head off of the plant body prison and isolating them into 7 different micron sizes. I gotta say, Bubblehash is a good thing. All right, so we're back. We're back, guys. We're going to filter the bags through the bucket. We don't have a ton of time to waste, so this is a real quick, simple move. Click the button to drain, and it drains. You can see the color of the water is gold. I have no doubts of the quality that this is going to be. Now I'm already seeing a pool of contaminants. So we'll make sure we definitely, you know, pull that bag up and really get that screen as flat as we can. There we go. That creates a lot more screen surface area. One of the things I like to talk about is, you know, a lot of guys want to know why they can't buy a 5-gallon set of bags with a 220 20-gallon set. Now, The bags were designed for a certain amount of herb to release a certain amount of resin for the screen diameter, for that size of screen. When you put too much resin or too much herb in for such a small screen, what happens is the 160 bag starts catching more than it would normally catch, and in doing so it creates a catch, and the 90 and the 73 and some of those better grades, they get caught up in the higher grades. We don't want that to happen. So we use the right size bag for the right amount. I think today we ran probably less than a kilo, really, maybe 1.5 kilos wet.
Yeah.
You know, 1,500 grams wet. So this is about a 200 gram, 250 to 300 gram run. And so, yeah, whenever I'm in the Kootenays making my Bubblehash or dry sift, Buddy's right there next to me. Hey, bud. What's this? Is that the bubble water? You got a waggy tail.
I like bubble.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
He's like, oh, that bubble water's making me itchy. Making me itchy, man. Good amount of water here. I guess we could start filtering this too.
Here, I'll put it.
So it's always a nice idea to put a tap in on your bucket, especially for a 20-gallon bucket. Although this bucket is a little shrunk down, I'd say it's a little smaller than your average full-size garbage can. Still got the same size of screens, we still use the proper amount of water, so I'm pretty sure we're good to go.
That's a nice looking process. I bet you our film will look nice. The water falling down there and the water falling down there.
Yeah, you know, it is really nice. Actually, no, we got the hose right here.
Yeah.
So let's just give the old hose. You can see a lot of resin on the bag.
I usually pull the bag first, close.
Yeah, but I want to shoot all that resin down.
Yeah, yeah. Can we lift that up, wait, Fred?
Yep. Perfect. A little more.
Okay.
Like lift it up a little out of the thing if we can.
Okay, I gotta push it like this.
Tight, yep.
When it's tight, you always put your hands in and flatten it out a little.
Yep.
Wait, give me a chance to
Yeah, right in.
Let me get in there. Put it up with it.
Alright.
Okay, there we go. That's the way to get it
That
out.
out. There we go.
I like to hold it up to drip. That's an average run for people right here.
Okay, excuse me, Ron.
Do you agree, man? This would be an average amount for people to run.
Yeah. Alright, the water's still very golden there. You want to hold that? Want to show the folks at home what we're dealing with up close here. So we've still got a very gold water. We've got the pump on.
Okay.
It's on.
It's on, yeah.
No. Might be a little clogged here. Alright, so we had a little kink in our hose. She's draining nicely now.
Can I get a little shake around?
No, not yet, please.
Okay. Sorry.
That's okay. It's just looking real nice. It went from yellow to white. I really like that shot. That is nice. Alright, so let's give it a little more hose water.
You got it?
Clean out that last little bit of resin. This stuff is valuable.
My hose a nice little spray. It's not crazy.
For sure. It's more likely to clean it properly too.
The hair down there. You got the hair out. Okay.
Alright, so we're good there. You can turn the drain off.
That's okay, but I don't know if you're on, but I like to sometimes go like this here.
Yeah, I'm on.
And lift it like that.
Yeah, give it a little lift and get that last little bit out. Sure, it's nice and clear water too. That's a good sign.
Okay.
I like that water to be coming out clear towards the end once you've filtered.
Okay.
And our tap is still running.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got everything drained. It's in the bucket. We've got our water and our resin sitting here. You know, we got rid of at least a couple of gallons. Oh yeah, easily like 5 full gallons of water in there, which means we only have about 10 plus left in here. What we can start doing now is we can start pulling these bags. So we're gonna do. I want to show people the process, Ron,
build up the snow?
No, it's fine. If you want to grab your spray bottle.
Okay. Just gotta get back in the camera view.
Yeah, I'm gonna move the camera off the tripod while you do this.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a simple process that you can do with a little spray bottle, and you can clean the bag by literally going all around the top edges, spraying everything down into the bucket. That spray is...
Here, can I just do this real fast?
Alright, so we're using the hose to clean the top of the bag. We were going to use a sprayer, but his sprayer was just next to useless, so we'll just use... All you need is a little tiny bit of forced water, and you can do this real fast. Let's just say. There we go. So there's the hose, cleaning everything into the middle. Just gives us a nice, easy pile to clean out if you want to pull that out with a spoon, Ron.
Yep.
This is just a 220 bag, so really this is just pretty much mulch. Yeah, just throw that on the old screen there. Okay, so right off the bat, here's a great thing to show you guys. What Ron did here is what you don't ever want to do. You want to keep your resin organized and in place. So what happens when we come and grab the next resin? Where are we going to put it? Are we going to throw it over here and then one over here and one over here and one over there? There's going to be no order and people aren't going to know what they have. So what I've always done is I've always started, first of all, it's a sandwich. It's cut right down the middle and it folds. So this is the half we're going to use, and we're going to start by putting our 220 right up at the top. And we're going to put our 190 here and our 160 here. And at the end, we'll have a nice row of our different hashes, and we'll be able to close the pressing screen over top of it and remove some of that moisture. So let's get on with that real quick. All right, so Ron's now going to rinse out the 220 bag that we just cleaned. Because it's the 220 bag, we didn't have to clean it a huge amount. It's a contaminant bag, and we already used the 220 bag inside the Bubblenow, so it's okay to just flip it inside out as Ron's doing here and rinse it off into a bucket somewhere with a nice cold water rinse. Make sure you clean the screen well with cold water, and then hang that screen or bag. He's got a nice line right here. We're just going to hang the bags right away, because it's very important not to put your bags away wet. Very, very important.
You never want to build up of the part.
Another little tip here, as I'm pulling this 160 bag out, there was a lot of resin on the tops of the screens, and I could have pulled the bag out, but what I did was I dropped it back in, and I let that resin pool towards the center. It'll just give us less amount of time that we have to work with the hose or the spray bottle. We have a spray bottle, it's just not a very good one. You do want a spray bottle with a bit of pressure, something that actually, you know, will give you a good amount of pressure so you can move the resin around and get it where you want it. That's a good amount of pressure. Yeah, pooling the resin right into the center. Perfect, Ron. And then also sometimes if there's contaminant in the resin, I don't see this as often, but I've heard a few different people talk about it as a tip, so I'll share it with you guys, that you can use this to sort of wash the resin over the screen. Some people are doing that. I personally don't like to expose the resin to more water than it needs to be, because especially forced water will leach out water-soluble terpenes. But definitely this is a great idea, just to pool the resin into the middle of the screen. You can see how easy that made it for him. Perfect, Ron. Right under that 220, as close as you can get it without touching. And we'll pull the next bag for you, bud. So this one is the 160. This is generally when you're using nice material like the watermelon that you'll start seeing an actual smokable product. That's not to say you're going to see that with every strain. It's just not the case. But you definitely will see it with watermelon. Now you can also have this little bucket here that I'm using. You could have it on a stand. It could easily be upside down on a bucket and be higher for me, so I don't have to do all this bending down, but we're just setting this up makeshift today. It's not super duper important to get everything set up exactly perfect, because it's nice to know with Bubble that you can actually whip off a batch and still literally make an amazing quality product with you know, a little corner cut here and there, like, oh, we used fluoridated ice. Oops, well, we had to. But we didn't use the snow. This bucket is actually full of snow right now, and it's kind of neat because it's making a really cold area for me to collect the bubble out of. Perfect. Oh, that's great. A little bit of water. Oh, that's good. That's very good.
Ready to clean?
Yeah, you can put that inside.
Now, Mark,
out.
you taught me a long time ago about now when I get to the better bags.
Yes.
Rinsing those into the back into the through the
yes.
system.
You know, I wouldn't put this personally into the 90, but I would definitely put it into the 120. So yeah, rinse it inside out in here. Yeah.
This is why throw it away, right?
Yeah, you can even do this. You don't even need to do that.
Dip it, yeah.
You just dip.
Yeah.
Now the resin's gone, and now you rinse the bag with the cold water. Perfect. And I'll pull the 120. Oh man, this bag does not want to move. Oh, the helicopter does. There would have been a time in the past where we would have run away. Not today. Nice release of the water in an instant by just lifting the bag, allowing the resin to lift, and allowing the water to rush through. Nice and quick.
Nice, looks like a nice return on that. I love that orange
put
bag.
this snow down a bit more.
Yeah.
I love the snow in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's making a nice cold atmosphere, and you know, of course, Bubble loves the cold. You don't need to have a warm environment when you're making bubble hash, that is for sure. How's that for a yield, Ron?
Nice, that's good.
Yeah, but we've got a little problem.
What?
Well, we've got air in the bag because it's so tight.
Okay.
And the air won't come out. So you see how it won't let the bag?
Yeah, yeah.
You see what it's doing?
Yeah, yeah.
That's air.
Okay, so let's get there.
Yeah, we got to lift it up.
So you should unfold it. Like
Yeah.
this here? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, what a yield. So that little bit of
Here,
run.
let's show them with the camera.
Wow.
Because that's a nice pull. There we go. That is a nice pull.
A nice color.
Oh yeah, it's going to be beautiful. Excellent. You want to spray that up a bit?
You bet.
Great way to clean the bag efficiently. Excellent. All right, that's perfect. We'll let that settle the water a tiny bit. Yeah, as you do that, you'll actually pull water out.
Yeah.
You can use the air.
Yeah. There we go.
To pull the water out. Look at the little bit of green on the edge there.
Yeah, eh?
Almost like a little bit of leftover chlorophyll or something. Very nice. All right, scoop it out.
Okay. Oh, that's thick.
Yeah, it's thick. That's, you know, that's like 10 grams. Easily. And we didn't put much in. That's the funny thing.
I'll put a full bag.
I get bigger yields out of my 20 gallons when I put like a kilo of dry in. Tiny tinge of green I know we'll see go away. This is going to be golden. Well, I know the material too though. So. Alright, that's perfect. You can flip that and put that last little bit of resin
back into the...
Exactly, and your spoon as well.
Okay, yeah, my spoon as well?
Yeah, you don't want to leave that just to dry.
Okay, yeah, because that's hard, it's raw hard, eh? So just a little rinse like that?
Yeah, just a quick little rinse like that is all you need.
That's a nice touch to tell people, I'll tell you.
Absolutely. Awesome, you want some help lifting that?
Oh, yeah.
No, we don't need to hose it.
Yeah, right, because we're rinsing it, right?
We're rinsing it, exactly.
Okay, I got it.
Perfect. You want to get it inside out though, not right side out.
Yeah.
I usually put my hand on the bottom.
Yeah, and push.
And just sort of close it. So when I push it up, I'm not pushing the resin onto the side walls of the bag.
Okay.
So when I grab it, I kind of close it up. Perfect. Yeah, nice rinse. Excellent. Ron is a great helper. He's very eager to do things the way you ask him to do them. Good job, Ron.
Well, people have to learn the right way, right?
Well, it's important, right? All right, so we'll rinse that off.
I was not my job.
And I'll get to the next bag. All right, here we go. Okay, so Ron's cleaning the 120 bag. I'm gonna pull the 90 bag. This is gonna be a good bag. I can feel it. It's also very heavy. It's got about two full gallons of water in it. And you see how slow it's draining? Watch how fast I can make it drain.
Does that knock any of the glands through the screens that you might
No,
not?
the glands aren't going to be pushed through a screen that's too small for them to go through.
Okay, perfect.
I mean, even the pressure of lifting the bag out of the water and that 20 gallons of water pushing through the bottom of the screen has to be way more pressure than these little shakes.
Okay,
So,
perfect.
yeah.
So
all I know
shake
is
it.
there's always great resin on my 90U bag.
Shake it, you won't break it.
Shake it, you. Shake it, 90U. All right. This is exciting. I love pulling the 90 when it looks lovely. Beautiful. Perfect. Let it pool right into the middle there.
Yeah, okay. I gotta get a little slower for a second.
And we'll just let it kind of drain.
Let me just put this a little tighter. Just for the picture. Just don't let my fingers in there.
Looks good. All right, you want to scoop it out with the spoon?
You bet.
So there's another 6 to 8 grams there.
Can't wait for the yellow bag. I love the yellow bag. I don't know why, but
Maybe a little less, maybe 4. Oh, it's hard to say. It's thick, isn't it?
yeah, it is very thick. Very thick.
Oh yeah. It is a thickie. Nice maneuver. Well done. And with the hand.
I'll go up to the other side now, up there.
Yep. If you're all filled up, we can use the other pressing screen as a sandwich to put right over top of it.
Oh, perfect. Beautiful. Get a little shot here of water.
Yeah, we can rinse that out. There's a lot of 90 there, but it's just going into the 73. If you want to pick that up, though, you can put it with the 90.
I'll just get that last
There's
little
enough, that's for sure. I just had a really good idea that I want to share with you guys. What if we were to have a tiny little compressor that sucks air in the bottom of a special bucket designed to place the bags into? You put the bags in, you tighten the screen, and then you turn the little air pressure on and it sucks water. It sucks air out of the bucket, Ron. Can you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know when we put the bucket down, the bag over the bucket, how it creates these air pockets?
Yeah.
What if you had a little hole in here with an air pump,
One
not
of the-
pumping air, but sucking,
One inch the valve.
like a sealer? It needs to suck air, Ron,
Oh,
do you
it needs to suck,
understand?
okay.
It needs to suck the air out of the hash.
See how that movement there?
I think this might be a good idea. Stay tuned for potential new bubble invention. I like the idea. Do you see what I'm saying though? You know when we put the bag over top of the bucket and we push it down?
I've seen that, yes.
You know how it sucks the air and the hash gets like perfect for pulling off the screen? I would like to create a little product like that. Awesome. Done deal.
Not done till the bags are clean.
Yeah.
You want to make your bags last forever.
Hey, it looks so good the way you've hung the bags too. The black one's gonna go there.
Yeah.
And then the 90, oh, this is real nice. In case you guys haven't noticed yet, Ron is a quality guy and a hard worker.
Thanks.
I'm very happy to be spending time with him here and getting to play with his resin and getting to wash and dry sift the buds and just hanging out with all the great people here in the Kootenays. It's been a great trip. I'm really, can't wait to get back, that's for sure. A green tinge, but I know it's going to come out. These two pieces here especially are going to be very golden. Sometimes when you wash fresh material, you'll release a little bit of chlorophyll. I'm not going to say that it's water soluble, but it does come out somehow into the water, and I've seen it in the hash, and then the hash dries and it seems to disappear with the moisture that's in the hash. So the color's actually in the water, not the hash, and we'll show you that later with photographic evidence. Want to pull that 73U bag?
Yeah.
Should we do it? This is your bag, Ron. Why shouldn't you be the one to pull it?
I love this bag.
Beautiful. Check it out, check it out. If you just go...
Yeah, nice, eh? Well, that sure makes me feel better.
It's gentler.
Yeah.
And boom. All right. We can take that over to the bucket. Yeah, I'd shave these handles off for future reference for a bubble bucket.
Yeah.
Be perfect.
Okay.
The bag would go over. That's what the bag's getting tight on, actually.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
There we go. There we go. Like that idea. Now imagine I had a little pump that sucked air from the bottom of this bag, and you just saw these bubbles disappear in an instant.
You notice how good our hoodies are, our hoodlums are working
hoodlum
for
stuff?
how warm we are?
Oh, I know. I'm actually really warm right now.
This is good for me and the Kootenays all winter long, this one jacket.
It's definitely below zero.
Yeah, and this jacket is, I just love it. I just want to say that. Hoodlums are.
I just got my new one too, and I got to say, I am digging it.
Yeah, they rock.
All right, so give that a scoop there, Ron. Scoopity doopities. Fudgy. You know what I've noticed about every single of the last 3 bags?
What?
They are thick.
Yes.
This is really what you want to see when you make bubs. You know, like I said, this isn't a gigantic batch by anyone's means, but we put probably less than 1,500 grams of wet material in. So you got to think that that's about 300 grams of dry. So yeah, we should get a good, you know, 15 to 20 grams.
You know, as the guy that makes this product, though, I don't usually look at the volume I get. I look at the quality.
Of course, it's the only interest I have as well.
I think I hate it. Like, when you're a good grower, you don't mind, but the bags really show the quality of the grower. Because if I did a terrible job on my product, it comes out right here. That's exactly it. This is our test.
That's the truest thing you could say. You know, I say it a lot, but because I'm not a big grower, I don't think people hear it as much. But when you just said it there, that's a very accurate statement. The bags are the word of God when it comes to the quality of your resin.
I'll tell you how good a job you did and how good your strain is, how good your choice is on what you're growing.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, to rinse the spoon over here.
Yeah, rinse it out in the bucket.
Nice, nothing's gonna dry up like that there. There's a non-rinse spoon.
Oh yeah, exactly, right?
So keep your spoons rinsed, great idea. Thanks for that tip, Mark.
Get that 45 bag full. This is one of the bags people tend to have a bit of a hard time with. It tends to hold a little bit more of the water, but as you just saw me drain it in about 5 seconds, it can be done without side walls of mesh and without, you know, big loops. I don't think people are draining their bags with a bucket, you know. This is just a couple of gallons of water that you have to deal with, not 20 full gallons of water if you do it right. So, we've always found that... Oh, here we go. Okay. You want to give a little spray on that one, or?
Yeah. There's snowflakes coming up in the sky, going in there.
Beautiful. So this is our 45 micron bag, often a decent yielder. Always creamy resin, very oily, usually the first one to catch flame when you're smoking it. And, you know, for whatever reason, it's never really a favorite, yet it is a sellable product. It is a product that you see at dispensaries and such. But generally, in the world of the head stash, the 45 is not the one you'd pull out to brag to with your friends. Still a beautiful looking product. That'll take a few seconds for the water to drain out, just because it is the tighter bag. You can kind of give it a little bit of a
shake, yeah, a little shake,
shimmy, you know?
Yeah.
Just to move that water to a new area.
Because it's making a dam where the hash is so thick in there.
Exactly.
The water can't get through it.
The 25 and the 45 always do that.
So you got to help the water move around away from the dam.
Yep. So if you want to give that a shot, do you want to pull that out with the spoon there?
Yeah.
I think it's good now.
You ready to go there?
Yeah.
Look at that. That's thick.
Yeah, that looks very thick.
All bubbles thick, but.
It's
And
awesome.
now you mentioned the different screens. Is it not? Have I not heard you in the past say that different types of pot give different yields and different screens?
Absolutely, but you know what? It is an extreme thing. For the majority of the part, if you're growing indoor, you're going to see most things in between the 120 and the 45. What I've noticed is tropical grown outdoor sativas that are pure sativas, their heads are extremely small, and you'll usually get the nicest ones and the most out of the 25 and the 45.
Okay.
But that's a tropical grown, like Australian 20-week sativa. I haven't seen that as much with hybridized sativas that are grown indoors. Oh, beautiful piles here that we've pulled out for our little day of bubble making before I jump on a plane. Good job, good job. I guess we'll just pull this one out and rinse it in the 25.
Yeah. Spoon first.
Very tight. The spoon and the bag can be done simultaneously.
Yeah.
I find when I'm doing the process, it's just quick. I usually do my bag and my spoon literally at the same time. And then we can just pull this out.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
This is a very important process of saving your resin glands. And you want to be careful when you do it.
Yeah, don't hit sides.
You don't want to hit the sides. What I would have done is I would have
Made it
squeezed the whole screen in my hand from the bottom, and when I lifted it up inside out, the whole entire screen, all the resin would be crumpled in my hand, and then I would, you know, push it into the water that way. And that way it just ensures that you're not going to push those resin glands onto the sides of the bags and that you're going to clean them off. Now, that is terpene-rich water with 25 micron heads floating around, so you do still want to take it, the bag, and rinse it with your clean water out of the hose. And we're pretty blessed to be doing this today in a really nice snowy environment. It's actually snowing right now.
It is a beautiful snowflake.
Very light. Perfect. Hey, you want me to hang the yellow one?
Yeah, right over here. Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah, you bet. A lot of times in the summertime when I'm doing this, these bags will all be on the line.
Yes, I love when they're on the line.
And when the planes come over, I think they must see all these different colors, think I'm some kind of quite a show.
That's going to be a great video. Okay, finally, the 25 micron bag. The bag that gives people the most problem. The bag that people say, I don't even use that bag, it's so difficult and hard. This bag can pay for all your bags. If you've got a 4-bag kit, this bag can pay for them and buy you 4 more bags. This is a worthwhile bag to keep, even if you're using it for medibles, whatever the purpose is, it's always worth keeping. So I'll show you, I can do it.
Okay.
I want to show them the quick release.
And you make these bags good enough they won't bust?
Oh, exactly. And this isn't like hundreds of pounds of water. I'm not Superman by any means. You know, and if you're in a situation where you can't lift this bag, I always suggest get someone to help you. It's worth having. It's a worthwhile bag having. And now you see the water is released. We could have built a little cage, a small little cage around the bottom inside of this, and that would have kept the bag from sealing around it, and it would have released more water, but this is makeshift and quick and good, so we're not complaining.
Yeah.
.25 microns about the only bag I do that to. I'll give it a little bit of a squeeze, get some of that excess water out. Yeah, you hear a lot of funny things that people say online about damaging the glands and this, that, and the other, but let's not use the water right away. Let's use a spoon. The 25 micron is so slow to drain, and it's so easy to clean. For whatever reason, these small heads, you see how they clean off the bag?
Yeah.
Like nicer than, you see how clean that is? Almost like the hose did it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so, if we put too much water into here, what'll happen is, it'll just never drain. And we'll need a pressing screen the size of this bag to fit the hash onto. Even right now, it's bubbled up, and I'd say most of what is there right now is bubbles. Here, we'll show you. So there's a pile of 25 micron. And you can see the bubbles popping. Probably not even a bad idea to leave this for a few minutes. What we're going to do now is we're going to take this, we'll place this over top of this, we'll get some paper towel or a cloth, we'll put it under and on top of this, and we'll gently press some of the water out. We're going to be doing a strainer process today. Ron's got the strainer, stainless steel strainer, little guy, and I'll push this through and put it out on cardboard as quick and efficiently as I can. Because we're doing that, we don't want to leave this bubble to sit too long. Because we're outside, we have an advantage. It is kind of like being in the fridge or whatever. But at the same time, you don't want to, you know, let it sit for too long before you strain. In particular, you can leave it sit as long as you want if you're going to microplane, but straining is a different story. This stuff will self-press and you won't be able to push it through a strainer. So we'll get to that next. Alright, so we've got our resin here. Our 25 micron is still sitting out in the bag, which is fine. It's out in the cold weather. We've got the towel underneath, and we've got the towel over top. We've got our strainers, a little one and a big one, and a variety of spoons that we'll be able to use inside the strainer to allow it to fall properly. So I've also got, this is helpful, cardboard with all the numbers written on it already. 160, 120, 90, 73, and 45. And I have some other cardboards here as well with more numbers on them. So it's pretty important, even though you might think you know what's going on, to mark down the resins. Like I was saying to Ron earlier when you put the 220 right in the middle. If we had all of these, you know, sure, an expert hash maker should pretty much be able, I could tell you which one the 45 is, the 73 and the 90 would be pretty easy to hone in. It wouldn't be impossible, but let's just be organized and do this the proper way. So we're going to do straining today. We're not going to do microplaning. Microplaning is a process where I freeze these after removing a lot of the moisture, either letting it wick just like this, freeze them, and then microplane them over the cardboard. We're going to do stainless strainer today. And I'm going to just clean this out a tiny bit because it's still dirty from the last time I used it. Giving it a little whack like that will literally clean 95% of the resin out of it. That's why I like the strainers. It's nice like that. So this is pretty high quality resin. You kind of have to know with straining what quality of the resin you're working with. If you're working with an extremely high quality resin and you press down really hard, it's bonded. You're never going to push it through a strainer. You might as well throw that stuff in the freezer and microplane it. So I'm going to be pretty gentle. You can see there's these patties here have now dried out a tiny bit. Pretty much for straining, I don't want them to be much drier than that. I know the quality of this watermelon. I know the quality of Subcool and his strains, the TGA crew. They don't mess around. Those guys produce full melt genetics, you know, certified by me, the Bubble Man. Yeah, so let's do this. We've got our strains here. I can kind of lift it up a little bit for you. 220, 190, 160, 120, 90, 73, and 45. So we're going to take these for starters. Now the 220, it's nothing. It's not even a product. So I mean, literally, I'll just put it up here in the corner of the 160. I won't push that through the strainer. I don't want that on the strainer contaminating my my final product. And nor do I want the 190. They'll both be cooked into metal most likely, so those can just sit right there on top of the screen, or on top of the cardboard. This is the first one I'll actually do, and I suggest when you do this, that you use a separate strainer for your lower grades as opposed to your higher grades. So, clean that out. We're going to take our 160 now, place it in our stainless strainer, and literally just grind it through, you know, not grinding it harsh, but just nice and gently, and you can see it just falls as powder. And I'll get Ron to do a few of these later, and I'll actually film it closer so you can see what I'm talking about, of allowing it to spread thin. And so as you get to the end, when you think that you just have all this hash stuck in your strainer, you just come over to the other side and kind of give it a little shave, and give it a little whack, and everything comes off of your strainer. So there's our 160 done. Our 220 and our 190 are sitting there undone. I'm going to take this strainer and this spoon and put it over here. Because it has a lower quality resin, and because we want to be obsessive about this, let's think about it. We grew this cannabis for 3 months. We made variables of choosing phenotypes, growing it under extreme conditions, from controlling everything indoors to trying to control bugs and powdery mildews. Maybe you're in a greenhouse and you need to add extra light because it's not sunny enough, and you need to... There's so many variables that happen along the lines, and then you get to the point where you trim it, and that's a variable, and how you maintain the trim and what you do with the trim, and taking the trim and finally washing it, not leaving it in the water too long, doing all the steps properly, getting to this point. This, to me, in my opinion, is the only thing that the water hash maker is doing right. The ice mixing is popcorn, and anyone can do it. It's water and ice is doing the whole job for you, so please don't take credit for that. The grower has grown great resin for you, so please don't take credit for that. What you can take credit for is doing this properly. Doing this process properly is extremely important, and you'll be rewarded when you do. So this 120 that we have is huge. So I think I'm going to put it on the 120 and the 45. It's a very big piece of 120. So we'll get that right into the strainer. And you can just put it all at once. Nice little pile there. And then we'll want to move this out of the way a little bit. Because actually, I think, yeah, I'm going to go 120. I might even do 120, 45, and 73. This is so big, I might do the whole. And you can see how it comes out. You want it to spread thin. You don't want it to be getting all thick. And that's why you need a lot of space for the cardboard. A lot of people do this wrong. They clump it all up. This hash needs surface area. Once it has the proper surface area, the cardboard is going to do its job, which is to wick the moisture out of the hash. Very important process. It's why so many people that get turned off a water hash, because A, it was never dried properly, or B, it was, you know, made incorrectly. Little things, little variables like not leaving it in the water for an hour. So the card filled up there. I'm not sure where I got caught up. I was tapping the 120 micron. We've now moved into the 90 micron. Beautiful, beautiful, nice fatty little patty of just absolute blonde goodness. We're going to get that out on the 90 here. The strainer just works so good. I gotta say, like, I prefer this over the microplaning every time. It's just so easy. You've watched the videos of the microplaning and the grinding of it. It's just, I mean, I don't do it a ton, so I'm not pretending to be the expert microplaner, but I definitely prefer this. That's just clean and easy. I don't have a drop of resin on my fingers. I get all the resin off of the strainer, even though you can see there is a little bit of a buildup there from someone not cleaning it. You can get it all off if you require it. Okay, so get over to this 70 micron here. 70 can go right into that same one, and we'll see what we got for 70. Alright, I managed to save some room on that. So we'll be able to do our 45 and still make room for it, because I'm not sure if you guys remember at the video there, I actually put the 120 on the 45, and that's important that I mark that down, that these two are 120s now, and as well that I mark this down, that I don't know if there's a pen around, but I'll make sure that I do that, because I don't want my resins all mixed up. Once again, 45, I could guarantee tell. I can always tell when it's the 45. It has a very particular taste, almost regardless of the strain. It's always very oily. Alright, so there we have it. You can see that it's really not as difficult as some people might make it out to be. You've got your cardboard resin, 160, 120, 90, 73, and 45, all beautifully spread. Alright, just wanted to show you guys, we didn't forget about the 25 micron, although we did put it at the 90, we'll have to change that. Here's the 25 micron out on the screen, getting ready to dry. This is easy to move in my opinion. Cardboard's light. I can go now and put it in the room where it's going to be drying, and it's just going to stay away from dust, debris, hair, everything. We'll probably take one of the 100 micron screens, the framed 2x4 foot frames I have, and we'll flip it over top of this so nothing can fall on top. Alright, so here we have some of our dry sift cleaning. That's just shit that I cleaned out. Now under here, we have our bubble. Just sitting out on cardboard. It's, you know, sometimes I would have it more enclosed in, like I like to put it in pizza boxes and have them closed. This is fine, no one comes in this room. I'll probably even seal this up like that. Just a little bit more cover so the hash isn't exposed. This dry sift I don't care about. It's talcum powder. It's stuff I've already cleaned out the heads from. And so yeah, I'd say we got a good 15 to 20 grams here, and I'll be back to show you that when it dries. I gotta go get on a plane right now, so hopefully Ron comes and sees me soon, otherwise we'll have to photograph this when I come back. Ciao for now. So, I think that's pretty much it. We'll catch up with you guys later when this is all dried. I'll end up getting macro photographs of it and melt shots, but for now, I just want to give a huge thanks to Ron for having us out here. I want to get a picture just to say this to you guys. If Mark was seeing it all fast what he's doing, he's on a plane in the next 10 minutes. We got to get him on icy roads and to an airport and on a plane. So he did that rock and roll. Awesome, man. Cool. We'll see you guys later on Bubbleman's World. Literally minutes away from leaving to the airport. I can't believe you did a bubble run. What are you talking about? You did almost everything. Hey, to let everybody know that might want to know, how long did it take you to do the whole run? We'll answer that question in a moment. 3 days. No, the run. 3 days. We did 3 days of partying and had drunk in it. Oh, that full belt dry sift is divine. Right on. Let me hit you with that. Well, it was a good visit, Mark. It was a great visit, Ron. Really a great visit. Cheers, dude. Merry Christmas. Oh yeah. One thing I love about great dry sift is you can have the most valuable pure-headed dry sift just sitting in your hand and coughing like a mofo, and it's not going to move. You know, the dry sift, when it's pure head, it's a clump. Even in powder form, you really have to break it through. How does that taste? Have a seat, because you're out of the you stick your head right out of the camera. Oh, right. Alright, so here we go. Very, very nice hit. I can't do two. I can. Okay, here you go. I'm bringing it closer to you. Yes, here, we'll just get that in there. I'm going to get this in here. The DNL. That's on the mothership. San Francisco Bay. That was the one. The one? The one that's trying to cross my eyes. Here, let's give you another special one. Okay. Look at how easy you twisted my rubber arm. Go ahead. Let's go on. Watch how we can melt that up by just putting a carb cap on. Yeah, look at that. Boom. Can't say enough about the carb cap. Although I have to say that I think glass blowers should probably start designing little things like this, because I know this is a K9 tube and it's, you know, $100+, but I'll tell you, it makes a great carb cap.
Yes.
Really increases the hit.
It saves the day for the guy that hasn't got the big lungs too. Slows everything right down. Nice thing.
Exactly. Man, I've had such a great trip. It's just been great, Ron. Like, once again, so good to see you, brother. It's been, you know, we've been dry sifting, we've been wet washing, we've gone to hot springs, I've seen friends that I haven't seen in years, got to make some bubble with snow. You gotta love the Kootenays. If you guys have never been to the Kootenays, I suggest making a trip out, coming and checking out Nelson, all the surrounding areas like Winlaw and Caslow and Proctor. These are all cool little places where you can meet unreal people like Ron. So, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more adventures from Bubbleman. I don't know where we're going to be next, but it'll be cool.
Peace out, everybody.
Peace.
Bye-bye.